Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to week 15 of training for the Big Sur Marathon. I'm gonna head out for a 6-mile run here in New York. It's about 19 degrees outside. We've gotten a second winter, which I'm not too thrilled about. Next week I'm going to Palm Springs with my family, so I'll get some warm weather. But the rest of this week, what we have ahead is just getting back into running, really learning how to trust my body again. To PT this past Monday, and we analyzed that like nothing major is wrong. It's just an awkward gait and pain is just kind of coming up in different ways. So that was really good news. A session with my physical therapist, Mike, and then I have running for the next few days. I'm gonna pick up the book for this video today as well. No real notes other than that the race is 6 weeks away, so it's starting to settle in and feel real. I haven't really thought about the distance of 26.2 in a long time. The United Half Marathon was here in New York last weekend, so I've definitely been thinking about racing. I'll watch it this weekend, and I think seeing people sign up for a race and dedicate themselves to training for that is just a very beautiful thing, so it got me inspired, even though I am scared a little bit by Big Sur. Like, I'm a little bit scared about the elevation and the whole semantics of it. But I know that it's going to be something that I look back on, and I'm really happy that I took that risk. So let's go bundle up and get into our first run of week 15. Talk to you guys later. Hi YouTube, how's it going? It is a Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening right now. If it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have. Grief has been hitting weird this week. It's week 15 for Big Sur. The 6-month point of when my dad has passed, and I just feel like grief has been creeping up on me, and I've been feeling it like in my body. I've been crying nonstop. But I think it's really important that I move through it and I allow it to really take me over and make me think about my dad. You know, I've been going through old photos. Anyways, the grief is definitely showing up in my running. I had 6 miles today and my calf is still hurting. And I didn't really think we were like over the little pain thing. It's disappointing that it keeps lingering and coming back and stuff like that when I feel like I mentally am beyond it. And my body's like, no, we still got some stuff we're working through. So I'm gonna go 4 miles tomorrow on Friday. So then hopefully we can do our long run on Saturday. Go read the book for this video. We'll talk more about that later. Hello everyone, how's it going? It's a Friday morning, afternoon. I'm going uptown for a little bit and then we have a 4-mile easy run later today. This weekend I'm gonna lay low, hang with some friends. It's really fucking cold in New York. I think this is the first time I put on an outfit this week. Just one of those weeks with grief where I've been wanting to lay in bed, also coupled with my weird body pain. I felt really uninspired. Hi YouTube, it's a Saturday and we have a 14-mile long run ahead. So as you guys know, I've been managing a little bit of pain in my body the past 2 weeks or so, attempting a long run today. We will see how it goes. Did a lot of journaling this morning about life just being really exciting. I had a very beautiful, exciting Friday. And I'm very giddy. I've spilled enough about my dating life and just letting you guys know that I'm happy. We have a very sweet boy in my life and that's all I'm gonna say. My body being all funky, not fun. The grief this week, not fun. But running is kind of that one time when I can connect with myself, and I feel like I've been a little bit in the dumps this week just because I haven't had running as like a consistent outlet. I haven't really known like what my runs are gonna feel like. So for today's run, I'm taking it easy pace-wise and just trying to get the mileage done. If anything comes up, I'm gonna cut it short and I'm just trying to stay as positive as possible. A few of you guys have asked about what's my strategy for long runs and like how do I plan them out? What routes do I choose? Like what do I pack with me? I don't really plan out my routes before. I have a few routes that I do quite frequently, like the West Side Highway, over bridges into Brooklyn. And so I always do a little bit of variety of those things. I truly just try to run like half the distance out, kind of turn around, run back. With fueling, I like to fuel every 30 minutes. So in the past, I was telling you guys that I was using Nerd clusters, which I love and they're great. I just kind of have the ick for them. I feel like I went through a period where I was eating too many of them because in order to fuel, you want to have like 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates every 30 minutes. So I had to eat like a full serving of Nerds clusters like every 30 minutes. And that was fine, but I think I just have a little bit of ick of them. So right now I'm training with the gels, which is what I'll be doing probably on race day. Maybe I'll revert back to the Nerds clusters, who knows? They're just kind of more heavy to carry than this thing. I like the Goo brand. They're one of the most popular brands and I didn't really have to experiment with other ones. I tried Martin, I tried Huma, like the chia seed ones, and I kind of like the fucked up flavors of these ones. Like they're so artificial and weird, but I don't know, I like them. And then in terms of beverages, I like these Lemon Perfect things. These are not like specific at all. They just truly sent me PR and I'm like, oh, this is a good size to like carry as I run. So I'll drink this when I fuel because you want to have this with liquid, otherwise you can't like digest it properly. And also I've noticed that when I get dehydrated, it's really, really hard for me to like pick myself up during runs. So I always try to overhydrate, especially in the first half of my run. Second half of my run, maybe I'm doing speed work, maybe I'm picking it up and like adrenaline kind of takes over at a certain point, or you just hit autopilot. It's kind of sad. I feel like I'm speaking in the past tense about running because now I like haven't had a long run in a few weeks. But when I was long running, that's what it felt like. I like half one of these every time I fuel. I'm in the city, there are bodegas, grocery stores kind of all around, so I always stop on my runs if I do need to get something else to drink, which happens probably like 1 or 2 times in my run. I have enough gels today, I might be 1 short, so honestly I'll stop and get like a candy from a grocery store, a coconut water, and then kind of keep going on my run. I don't think stopping is bad as long as it's not excessive. I used to catch myself stopping for like 10 minutes just dicking around on my phone, and that was such a bad habit that I needed to break. If you need to like stretch out, you know, body part, just mentally walk for a little bit, totally fine. But I think the issue with stopping too much that I've heard from run coaches is that you're spending just so much time on your feet, and that can just stress out your body in like really crazy ways. And so you want to make sure the running is the only thing that is adding that like pounding on your feet versus just like sitting idle on them, and it's just adding more time to the clock. Be more efficient with my runs and not stop as much. Breakfast, sat in my Normatex, did my journaling, all the things. I massage gun my calves a little bit just because they feel really tight and inflamed when I wake up. And now I'm gonna do some PT exercises and foam rolling and head out the door. Taking it day by day, I'm starting to get frustrated with the fact that my body is just not working. And I love you, body, it's okay, but I feel like I'm at my end of trying to figure out what's wrong. You know, like maybe it is just overuse, maybe it's I'm not sleeping enough, maybe it's I'm dehydrated, maybe my body does, I don't know, just is off. And I think I have just been doing mental gymnastics of trying to figure out why. And I think I need to stop trying to figure out why. Like, this is just how my body is right now. Live in the present, feel how it is. It's not gonna always be like this. And I have these videos to document the ups and the downs of training, and we're definitely at a down right now, but that's okay. Pros have off days and they have injuries and aches and pains. So we're gonna go run 14. I'll talk to you guys later, and happy Saturday. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's sunny outside of New York. We have been hit with rainy Saturdays and it's made me very depressed. Yesterday I had my long run and I did it. I ran 14 miles and I had imposter syndrome all throughout the run, which you might think is very odd. You know, Kate, you're a runner girly on social media, but I haven't been able to long run for like 2.5 weeks, and I feel like I've just lost a little bit of that identity. I was really nervous throughout. Self-talk throughout just wasn't as consistent. It wasn't as like stable. I kept like questioning like, okay, can I do like 4 more miles? Can I do 8 more miles like on the run? I'd say that run was harder than running the fucking New York City Marathon. So happy that I finished it. Took a fat edible after, ate some rotisserie chicken and some ice cream, and got like 10 hours of sleep. So I'm feeling refreshed today. I'm gonna go to the gym today. My hip feels a little bit tight, so I did some yoga this morning, some laundry, journaling, and I'm going to Palm Springs this week with my family. So I need to try on my swimsuits. I look so fucking pale, and like figure out what I'm gonna pack for that. But we're gonna go to the farmer's market, pick up something, and yeah, just enjoy this beautiful Sunday. Hi everyone, it's a Monday morning here in New York City. I have an 8-mile run ahead. I think we're gonna be back on schedule this week. Fingers crossed. I went and lifted yesterday and it felt really good. Felt like I opened up, you know, my hips that were tight. Confident about the run today. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to you later. Hi YouTube, I come to you with a final note on all the pain I'm feeling in my body and I've probably been bitching about throughout this video. I'm taking an entire week off of running. I just got off the phone with my run coach, Ben, who you guys know that I have like weekly touch bases with. I went to my physical therapist, Mike, earlier in the day, and the pain has just been lingering for far too long. And we're kind of in a weird spot with timing where the race is 5 weeks away. So traditionally with marathon training, you want to be ramping up to your peak mileage like right now. Obviously I can't do that. And you want to taper those last 2 weeks. So really reduce your volume and mileage to get ready for the race. You know, have fresh rested legs. But since I'm in this weird part with an injury, we're taking a full week off and we're gonna see what happens next Monday. We're gonna see what makes sense to getting me to that start line healthy. And while I feel really anxious, I've just been pretty miserable running. It's not been fun. I've been overthinking everything. I feel so much pain in my body. And I broke down crying with my physical therapist today when he was just like, Kate, you know, you have been managing your grief really well. I just started bawling. And And he was like, I know you've been going through a lot and your job is stressful and this race is stressful. You have so many people watching you. As soon as he linked that all together to the grief and the stress and just the pressure I feel with this race, it just makes sense why my body started acting up out of nowhere. Tight. Probably not going to film week 16 because I'm going to Palm Springs with my family and I just want to enjoy that time and not have a camera in front of me. So I will catch up with you guys next week. Maybe I'll read a book on the trip. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Knowledge is power. Keep reading, kids. But that's that. I'm going to talk about the book, The Longest Race by Kara Goucher tomorrow with you guys, and we'll wrap up this week of training. Hi everyone. It is the end of week 15 of training for the Big Sur Marathon. It's a Monday morning here in New York. I just got back from my trip with my family to Palm Springs. I decided to not bring my camera and just truly relax and take time off, which I know all of you guys understand that like I need a little break. I think I've been a little bit fatigued and frustrated and kind of negative in a lot of these videos, and I just want to get back to being happy, smiley Kate, which is obviously hard to do with grief and my running not going so well, but I just want to be able to have the glass half full again versus half empty. So it was a good break to get home with family. I'm about to head out on a 3-mile training run. Just journaling, and I have a little bit of anxiety, more like a lot of it of anxiety. If you don't know, with marathon training, you want to do what's called a taper before you run a marathon. Basically just means reducing your mileage to give your body ample rest so it's ready on race day. So most people that I'm following that are training for like similar timelines of marathons, end of April, early May, are in their taper. A lot of people that are training for Big Sur ran their 20-mile run this past Saturday. I obviously didn't run this whole week, and I'm gonna have to do a very different training plan for the next 28 days ahead. And there's a lot of science of how to train for a marathon optimally, but also when things come up, you kind of have to adjust. You know, there are ways to train for a marathon, but also I had to listen to my body and take a week off. So it's going to be unfamiliar. I don't really know what these next 4 weeks are gonna look like. You know, previously I would think that I'd be running less and less, but I do need to get a little bit of fitness and a little bit of confidence back that I can run distance. So we're gonna test it out. We're putting all the positive stuff into the universe. I have to remember when I had my stress fracture, I made it out and I made it to the New York City Marathon pain-free, and it was beautiful. So this is nothing less of a challenge than that. Obviously the race is a little bit more challenging because the elevation and all the inclines and stuff for Big Sur, but I know that I can do it and I want to do hard things. I want to challenge myself and give myself opportunities to fail, you know? I don't think I'm going to fail in this case, but I want to keep pushing myself to the limits as I get older and wiser, we shall say. But yeah, it's a Monday. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot more refreshed. It's really good to hug my mom and see family and just laugh. So let's head out on this run and I'll update you when I get back. Hi everyone, we are back from my 30-minute attempt at running and it went okay. My left hip is pretty tight, but it does feel manageable. Like my cardio and aerobic base feel really good right now. So that gives me the confidence that I will be able to work through what's ever happening in my hip and I'll be able to finish the marathon. Okay, hi YouTube. Welcome back to week 15 of training for Big Sur Marathon. We're going to talk about the book that I read for this video that is called The Longest Race by Kara Goucher. This book is about her experience running. It's a memoir, but it also talks about a lot of running history. So Kara's story, to say it shortly, she talks about her experience training and trying to train for the Olympic trials. Her and her partner are both like simultaneously training, and they are in what is called Nike's Oregon Project. There was an abusive coach, and the book talks about doping and abuse and what she went through. I found the book to be very fascinating to hear more about running culture. As I've mentioned in these videos, I only picked up running in college when I quit playing volleyball, so I don't have much knowledge of like the running world, like why Oregon is so significant. It's called Tracktown, USA, and I've learned that in the past few years, but I never knew like what the history of that was. I've heard about the Nike coach that was abusive, but I didn't know the details. So I would say this book is really good to learn about a pro runner and her experience with that. Been running for a few years, haven't really taken it seriously prior to the past 2 years or so in terms of like racing and try to improve my fitness. So it's really refreshing to read a book from someone who has been through injuries and bad slumps and hasn't made certain times that they wanted to make. I don't put that much pressure on myself in terms of like performance in the same way Kara does, but it is really cool to hear about her experience gaining fitness, getting more confidence, and what she does in terms of self-talk. I recommend this book if you are looking for something related to running. Now it's wrapping up week 15. This is a few days after week 15 is technically over. I'm getting into running once again. I have a few weeks till the marathon. Trying to stay mentally positive and just remember that my body has had a lot of great running up until my little tweak injury. As we'll see week 17 as the next YouTube video, which is currently when it is. I just got back from Palm Springs. But that's all I have for week 15. I will see you guys when week 17 comes out since I didn't film week 16. But I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.